Woo. We're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Don't shit on me, bro. Just kidding. Latte. Nobody wants to hear you shit. Fussy cats, man. I still gotta babysit these two shits because they're still fighting, essentially. Oh, man. I'll be so happy when these two little shits quit having a family feud or whatever you want to call it. Wait a couple more minutes and I'll start. We'll start simple. We'll start with there's two different things I want to work on at some point. One is dynamically changing the opacity, which would kind of give it a fade in, fade out effect. And then there's another one where I want to dynamically render, say, the X or Y coordinates, which would give it kind of like I could do it statically where it just kind of like comes in at a normal speed, goes out at a normal speed. But I kind of want more like I don't think how to describe it. Like a quick jump in and it slows down and then like goes out fast. If that makes any sense. So like whenever it's first rendering in, it's fast, and then as it gets closer to where it's supposed to stop, it slows down until it stops, stays there for a duration, and then like slowly, as it moves away, is slow, and then it goes further away, it goes till it's off screen, something like that. Because I want to use that to maybe put little messages somewhere in these videos. Maybe at the end, show, to kind of highlight the other social links or other things down in the description. Or just put whatever random message I want to put in there at any point. Stuff like that. Also, at some point, I'm also going to probably refactor my finalized video script to be more like the format of the straw text script, because I actually really, really like the format of the script. I think what it'll eventually end up happening is I'll kind of have this like hodgepodge of all these scripts that kind of build on the basic FFmpeg filters, and I can combine them together to make it easier to build these complex filter graphs. Because I think the clever thing I did, whoops, that's not the right button. The clever thing I did with this is that I have it so that if I want to, instead of actually using the filter that's generated here, it just echoes it out, which allows me to use it in like other much larger FFmpeg commands. I think I want to build off that concept because that seems like a very useful way to apply this approach. So let's see here. So let's say I wanted to do some kind of fade in, fade out. So that would basically be, that would be the alpha, but the alpha would be based on like, see, in order to basically do a fade in and a fade out, if I look at the FFmpeg filter documentation, you can, where is it? Yeah. You can have some of the values be evaluated in these expressions. And I saw an example of this already where it basically was like, hey, instead of having like a static alpha value between 0 and 1, the value of the alpha at any particular time is the result of this expression. So that's how you get, because there's an example of this right down here. Because the way that this usually works is, I believe where is it? Yeah, so this is an example of an expression right here where it's basically doing some evaluation and it sets the value of the alpha to be a certain value. The syntax on this is really weird. Like I don't really understand what the point of this is. I don't understand what the point of the double slashes is. Or here's like the quad slash. I don't really quite get what the point of that is. But I think if I can kind of get a handle on these how to do these expressions, that will be the biggest hurdle to overcome. Because I think in order to do the kind of like the quick slide in and the progressive, we'll call it progressive, the progressive slide in, the progressive slide out. I think I'd have to use some kind of like math formula for that. Where like once the time is hit a certain time, the x position would be equal to what? You'd have to kind of do the normal, subtract the video width from the width of the text, and then you'd have to, I guess would you divide by a number? How would you do that? Because basically you want it to, as the value grows, it gets close to what the value is that it's supposed to be when it's stationary, but not quite. And the larger that number grows, the smaller the increases are, until it just finally the x value equals what it's supposed to be. Then it stays like that. And then once t, so the time in the video, passes a certain point, then the x value changes backwards. Whereas, yeah, so. Is there like a specific documentation here about the expression syntax? Following functions are available. Expression. More information on expansion is set to expression. The parameters for x and y are expressions containing the following constants and functions. Display aspect ratio. input width, input height, text width, text height. There's a T, right? Timestamp expressed in seconds, not a number if it's unknown. Turns a random, no, random. A playlist. Did. Ooh. You play this. Yeah. Let's see. String which is expanded the same way as text to obtain dynamic font color value. By default, this option has empty value and is not processed. When this option is set, it overrides font color. Wish there was something here that had kind of more concrete examples of the expressions on here. Please see color expression. Must be followed by at. Yeah. The alpha component may be a string composed of 0x followed by a hexadecimal number or a decimal number between. Represents the opacity. 0 means completely transparent. FF. The alpha component is not specified, then FF soon. Expression evaluation. When evaluating the arithmetic expression, f of MPEG uses an internal formula evaluator implemented through the libavutil interface. The expression may contain unary, binary operators, constants, and functions. Following binary operators are available: plus, minus, following unary, plus, plus. Two expressions, 1 and 2, can be combined to form another expression, separated by a semicolon. Absolute value. Okay, arc cosine, or oh god, this is stuff I learned back in what, calculus or something? The hell, I remember that shit. Between bit or okay, I probably should just book this part here. This is kind of what I'm interested in. Yeah. Bookmark. FFmpeg expression evaluation. Expression evaluation. Da, 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 da. Else function if evaluate x, and if the result is non-zero, return the result of the evaluation y, otherwise return 0. Evaluate x. Okay, if the result is non-zero, return the evaluation result of y, otherwise return the evaluation result of the I. Okay, I see. That makes sense now. So if I go down here, the way this is, okay, there's a EIF. What is EIF? I don't see EIF. Assuming that an expression is considered true if it has a non-zero value, note that star works like and plus works like or. For example, if A and B, then C is equivalent to if A, B, C. I see. Did I misunderstand something? I don't see like a EIF. There's definitely a EIF here. So here's the expression. EIF. Clip. Return the value of x clipped between min and max. 255. Assuming is that value. So I'm assuming this is a math expression, I think. One. No way, I think that's being evaluated as like ands, because it's between returns. Return 1 if x is greater than or equal to min and or lesser or equal to max. Okay, that's got to be. No, that could technically be a arithmetic, because this was 0, it would just become 0, and this would become 0. 1 times between. So if time t, which I'm reading it right, time t is between the, was that display start plus fade end duration. So if it's greater than that, but less than the display end time and the fade out duration. So if this is true, would evaluate to, let's say this is false. If this is false, would evaluate to 0, which would make this 0, plus time t minus display start divided by the fade end duration times between t display start plus function or fade end duration plus, I'll do so much. This is what happens when you don't use math for too long. You're looking at all these like more complex math problems. I'm like, my brain, help, stop. It'd probably help if I just like wrote this down kind of like in my own way. Where, hold on, there's the EIF part. EIF. Clip. I'm gonna follow this like all the way down. FF0000 and some value. So if this evaluates to true, I'm understanding that right, then it becomes 0. Otherwise, it's 255. Right. And then there is a X. It's 2. Not sure what that is. I don't really get what this EIF is, unless it's like expression info. Oh, this is okay. It's a short for this. Evaluate the expression's value and output as a formatted integer. First argument is the expression to be evaluated, just as for the expression function. Second argument specifies the output format. Allowed values are X, capital X, D, and U. They are treated exactly as in the printf function. Third parameter is optional and sets the number of positions taken by the output. It can be used to add padding with zeros from the left. Oh, okay. See? So this is evaluated and is returned as a formatted integer. And in this case, one of the arguments it's taking is outputting x. 2, which I'm assuming that means 2. Is that 2 decimal places? No. Allowed values are x plus. I don't get what that's supposed to mean. They are treated exactly as in the printf function. Well. Okay. That doesn't tell me anything. Unless it means like the command line printf function. Is that what it means? Command printf. So it can accept. Am I understanding that right? Allowed values are x, capital X, D. Format controls as in C printf. The only thing I see here is like U, which is for you to code, but I don't think that's what it's talking about. That didn't really tell me nothing. Hmm. Let's see here. So I actually haven't put anything here to basically have like a quote starting time for the text to show and stop. Like I probably do like a T start and a T end. That if those are there, instead of doing font color, it'll do font color expression. Do that. Let's just try that. So where's alpha? T start. I guess I want these to be empty. Or no, this 0? Yeah, 0. Hold on, let's think about this. No, I think I want it to be just like an empty string. Because if it's 0, or maybe I can just do, okay, if T start is greater than 0, I can probably do that. Yeah. I'd also want like a check to make sure that T end is greater than T star, because otherwise that doesn't make sense. So T end is 0. Let's look at where's my font color. So do if T start, so ET greater than 0, then do something else, do this. Better. Brain, please do this. Oh, no. Do expression instead of regular font color. If T end less than equal to, is that what it is? I forget. POSIX conditionals. POSIX shell. POSIX shell conditionals. LE. That's less than or equal. Yeah. So it's just LE. Greater than T, less than or equal to T start. If that is derpy, I want to echo text ending time must be greater than text starting time. Exit 1. I also need to add in the argument flags. Argument flags. Argument flags. Text. I guess text start time. I'll do that. Equals this. Text start time. Start equals end time. Tet. Oops, I messed up. It's yeah. Text end time equals t end equals arg Okay, that check should be good. What else? Need to reference this. So it's not going to be a fade though. It's just going to be like a, it's there or it's not there. So like kind of like this, but not quite like that. So I guess it would just be what clip. Oh, it wouldn't even be that though. It should just be like if evaluate x the result is not 0. Let's see. So I can do t color at, then I need to do the expression. Like percent. How's this be? So there's expression. I want to use if. Oh wait, never mind. I'm done. That was was very clearly in this other section. Output is formatted integer. Oh, I guess this is like how to form. So this is like what I. So this is just regular integer, I guess. I'm not sure what this is. This is decimal, and this is unsigned, I guess. Maybe this means like, what do you want to call it? Like a big integer, like a rational? Not all constants should be used. For example, the text size is not known when evaluating the expression, so the constant's text does. Ooh, I didn't know that. Maybe that's just for. Oh no, it's just text expansion. Oh, that's interesting. That would make it harder to do that then, I guess, because you won't know the width of the text then. I have to rethink the slide in and out effect. Let's see. Oh, that's my down again. Here, play like just fucking play it, man. So let's see. It's interesting that it says that during text expansion, the width is not known, but yet here I'd swear I see it using an expression, and it's using the text width. This I'm misunderstanding. Let's say something about color. Learn the value of x clip between min and max. I guess for just simple like only display the text starting at a certain time, I guess I could just do like this like GTE or something like that. Maybe. Turn at 1 if x is greater than or equal to y, otherwise 0. Hmm. I have basically 45 minutes of me trying to read documentation. So that's how it is sometimes, I guess. Sign. I'll have to like read back up on like calculus or something to probably do some of these things. So that's fine. Hmm. So we have an expression. Expansion is set to oh, that explains why there's like some of these that have like 4 escapes. Okay, that makes sense. If the expansion is set to normal, which is the default, following expansion mechanism is used. The backslash character followed by any character always expands to the second character. Go text sliding from the right to the left in the last row. So this is actually kind of what I want for the where it's like kind of zipping in and zipping out, but I don't want it just to be this. I want it to be and this just goes from the start. I think it would have to kind of be more complex where it's like, well, if the starting time is this, then do this, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Show the content of the credits. Draw. Show text for 1 second every 3 seconds. Enable. Okay, that's what I need. Text, maybe. Just missed that entirely. That just looks like a regular option. No. The dumb. You being the dumb boy. I might be being the dumb. Okay. Show. Font colors. Y X is 100. Y is equal to X divided by the display aspect ratio. Enable equals less than mod T 3. Is that in here? Is that where enable is? Where is it showing this like enable? How this being done? Hold on. Field match. Oh god, that word is a lot. Oh shit. So let's back that up a little. Yeah, I see enable. Enable compilation, enable yes, I see the word enable in there. Yes. I do enable equals. Okay, that's way less. Okay, so I thought. What is this? Timeline editing? Some filters support a generic enable option. For the filters supporting timeline editing, this option can be set to an expression which is evaluated before sending a frame to the filter. If the evaluation is non-zero, the filter will be enabled. Otherwise, the frame will be sent unchanged. Oh, there's generic shit. Okay. Enable, bruh. Okay, I think this makes so much more sense now. Notes on filter graph scraping. This is why I was like, why do I see things with like 4 backslashes? For example, to enable a blur filter from 10 seconds to 3 minutes. Ah, okay. Actually, you know what I was thinking of this, and probably doing this like checking of whether the args are okay. I should probably just put those like in the actual like arg parsing part. Maybe. So actually, maybe I shouldn't even put this here at all. For the start and the end, maybe I should just use that enable filter. Let me see. Read this again. If heading generic enable. If the evaluation is non-zero, it will be enabled. Otherwise, the frame will be sent unchanged. So you could just basically set enable to 1. To just be like, it's always enabled. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, let me This well, no, that back. That's good. This is fine. So let's back this up a little bit. Let's see, so I still want to be like, what, get enabled arg? Yeah. See, that one might be kind of big, I guess, because so I could have the enabled arg be based on the start and end, and if I want to do something else involving like it moving or fading in and out, then I can do something. I could maybe use that in an expression. Because if enabled will control whether the filter is used at all, and then the expression will just, I can use the expression part to just basically control how the text is being rendered when it's actually enabled. Okay, I think that makes sense. So let's get just get text arg. I'm actually gonna put that like, well, yeah, okay, I'll put that near the top. Get enabled arg. See, where that? I got rid of all this other stuff. I'm gonna copy this. Get enable, enabled arg. Burp. Now I can get rid of this in here. Way. Okay, so starting time is greater than 0. The else is just gonna be, what's that, enabled? Oh. Enable equals, okay. This is gonna be 1. So it's just enabled. If it's something else, it's basically gonna be enable equal, so like that would be between t, okay, between t T start, T end. But are you complaining? Oh, maybe I need to make that like a literal. And down below, when it's building this, I'd want to just put this somewhere. I don't really guess where matters. Let's go to the end. And do get enabled arg. Okay, let's try that. That do. I can't stop pushing on button. What's I at? Where's I always using this at? I guess it's in my recordings. There we go. Raw text. So we want to have the text start time. Is that what I called it? TST and TET. TST equals 3. TET equals 8. And just give me the filter graph of it. Enable between T3. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna break if I. Famous by you marry your. Oh yeah, right. Well, just complete that. Oh right, there's a. This might have a space. I need to wrap this in. That's why it's complete. Yeah. Okay. It's like, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean? Okay, so the test would be just do this. So if this is working right, the text will only appear in the first after 3 seconds in, and then go away after 8 seconds, or after it's 8 seconds. I don't really want it in like the left. No, let's go. Let's do bottom. Yeah. Error missing. I probably have to escape stuff because it was talking about needing to escape things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It just escaped it. It just straight up escaped it. So let's see. I guess it would need to be like this. That's not backslash no. Bro. I did something. Okay. Edit anyway. Oh yeah. Let's see, let's try this. Nice. Okay, sweet. That actually worked. Oh, that's already been an hour. So that will enable text between a start and an end time. Okay. So let's try it when there's nothing here. So it should just be, the filter should just be active the whole time. Okay. Bro, I had no idea about that generic time. Yeah, this timeline editing was a generic option. Timestamp express sequential number of frames, the position of the file in the input frame, width and height of the input. Okay. Additionally, these filters support an enable command that can be used to redefine expression. See ffmpeg-filters to view which filters have timeline support. What does it say if it has timeline support? Oh, it's probably in this big old list here, but let's see. Let's go to the top. Timeline support. So if it has a T, it has timeline support. Gotcha. Where's draw text? So draw text, yeah, T. It's C. C is command support, yeah, okay. Very good, very good. So I could probably split this checking up in between. So like, if I could say whenever it's parsing T start, I can go like, well, is it less than 0? Well, that doesn't work. That's probably all I could just really check for. If T start is, I guess T start would have to be less than, greater than or equal to 0, and less than the duration of the whole video, which I don't know how you would check that from like right here, because I don't think I'm grabbing that in there. I'd have to run like my get duration script or something to get that. Which is fine, there's no reason I can't do that. We'll start with that. Let's go down here to, where is this? Okay. TST, if T score start is less than 0, then echo, oops, text start time TST must be 0 or greater. Exit. Is there another one of these conditionals to basically check whether it's a number? Let's see. Number. I don't think any of these actually check if it's a, nor do I know if you can do that. Let's see, TET, so TET. I can't check this yet. Well, I have to get the duration of the video. It's wrong. Okay. I guess technically I could do that. It. Yeah. Get vid duration. I guess I could. Duration equals get vid duration of. I don't remember if this stuff is scope and POSIX shell or not. Well, I guess there's a really easy way to find out. Let's get rid of that. I can't really do that there because I'm checking down below whether there actually is an input. And then the way that would work is t end, okay. If t end is greater than or equal to duration, then text end time must be less than the duration of the video. So I forget what the duration of the entire video is. So let's see, get vid duration on. What was I passing in there? Fiber. Shit. What was I passing in there? Fiber trim example. Okay. Almost 21 seconds. Okay. So let's try a couple tests. So if I say -1, I actually need to change that enable thing to whether there is a like only a TST or only a TET. Let's just try the argument parsing first. So I definitely didn't throw an error like I wanted it to. Let's see. It's technically a little borked. Let's try the other one next. TT equals. So 21 should actually break it. Oh, bro, please. Did I save this? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, okay, you're definitely not. I want to do. Echo. I'm making sure it's actually set at this point. No, it's not. Okay, that's what I thought. Do I have to? I might have to declare it out here, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's how that works or not. No, it's definitely that is definitely not how that works. Okay. Hmm. Oh, we'll unfuck the sanity checking later, I guess. Okay. I got something working, which was the ability to. Actually, let me do that because that shouldn't be that hard. I think to do that before I stop. So if T start is greater than 0. This would be if T end is greater than 0 and do I want to do it that way, or do I want to do it like step by step? Let's yank this. Please, please. Ooh, not that. Echo. Echo. Enable equals. This would be the, was that greater than, or no, greater than. Yeah, greater than, return 1 if x is greater than y, 0 otherwise, yeah. Maybe like that. Or no, hold on, wait, I'm derping. So if star is greater than 0 and n is greater than 0 and n was not less than start, then this needs to be up here. Otherwise, echo enable greater than. So there would be another one that's just if t is greater than 0. Here's what, there's an elif, right? Like it's elif, that is, yeah. Elif t and greater than 0, then just gonna do echo enable equals less than t is less than t and then finally else that. So what that should do is, if there is no, does TST, do TST is 3. And I want the filter graph to see what's actually printing. Enable is greater than, is T is greater than 3, okay. So then if it's just TET, should be less than, okay. And if it's both, should be between, okay. Sweet. So after 5 seconds, it's just nice. And then the other one should be TST. Should start after 3 and then never go away. 2. Yay! Okay. Okay, I'm good now, y'all. If you happen to watch this recording later, thank you for watching. This is only going to get more interesting, so check back later. Y'all have a good day, Dan. I'll see you next time.